It's just like for
Get
me, like
out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying. Get out of here for real. I'm saying,
Get out of here, man.
It's like gay people talking about straight problems. It's like
Bro,
how
no, bro, come
it's
on.
like how
Wait.
True, you capping now, True. You full of
get
shit,
out
man.
of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Get out of here.
When in reality, she was a bulldagger.
Come on, bro. Wait.
She didn't even date.
Bro,
she wasn't
but look,
dating
wait a
men.
minute. We gotta slow down. We gotta slow down. Cause look at this. And show so to miss. And right after I say this, let me show so to the supporters, right? But look at this, bro. I understand that the gay people talking about straight people. That is different. That's like a white person talking about black issues type shit. But the interracial couple, the nigga is still black. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck?
Is he?
You know what I'm saying?
Get out of here.
He's
Get
still
out of here.
black, but
Get out of here, man.
His heart and
There's
mind.
no but.
His heart and mind start still not with black.
DJ, you know what this sounds like? DJ, you know what this sounds like?
Hear me out.
This sounds like Undercover Brother.
Hear me out.
Let's hear it. Go ahead.
That gay man, he's still a man, but his heart and mind ain't still residing with what men do. So he can't tell me about dating women because he dating men, so it's the same thing. Yes, that man is still black. But how you live?
This nigga is slick, bro.
How you live and who you lay with, that shit kind of defines you. You're not gonna surround yourself with
look
something
at this.
that's
You
not
can't
part
help
of
being
you.
black, bro. You born
It only
black.
defines
You
your
can't help being-
preference.
Facts, bro.
No,
You can't,
who
come on.
you marry and shit is
it
way
can't
more
really
than just
change
your
your-
sexual preference. It's who you connect with.
Individually, as a character, Truth, you know, like you can still be with your culture still and still love it. You know, be positive about it.
I didn't say he hated. You just
No,
can't be
I get
pro-black.
it. I get it.
You're not the
but the whole gay
representative.
shit.
Wait a minute.
So that gay shit threw me off.
Marcus, let me ask him
You
this.
can't be gay and tell me how to date women when you fuck niggas.
Red Pill, let me ask you this, right? Let me ask you this, right? Listen, if a man, right, dates a white woman, but he buys black, he votes black, he just, you know what I'm saying? He protests, he do all of the cliche, stereotypical stuff, and some. He go to the local office and still his local elections and participate in all of that shit. You mean to tell me that if a dude that don't do none of that shit and just date black, you know what I'm saying, just date black women, what if this man take care of his kids? You mean to tell
Only
me
one of them is pro-black.
Oh, I can tell you.
Bro.
No, because
Wait. Let me say
he
this real
deluded.
quick.
He
'Cause
deluded his
y'all giving
bloodline.
examples of the man, like of him being like in a situation where he has to assert his blackness. What about when he goes to her family reunions? What about when he goes to her job, whatever, you know, with her job people and those type of parties? What about when he goes into her environment? See, that's what we talking about. You
But
can't be fully that
that's
if
why
you
we
have to
Yes, you
always change up.
can. That's no
You
different
can,
than
bro.
if
It's
you
not
go
impossible.
if you go to a job interview. You're not
Y'all
going
niggas
as a
like white pussy
pro-black.
just said,
You're
bro.
not going as a pro-black.
I like pretty pussy.
You're going to that job
Right.
interview to get that job. You ain't pushing none of that pro-black shit. That don't make you any less than.
I never said he was a lesbian. See,
So
Hey,
that's
True,
what I'm
I
saying.
had a question for Truth, DJ.
Police! Help!
All right, Marcus got a as a matter of fact, Mark, and show so to Smitty in the building.
What up, Smitty?
And Marcus got a question, right? But just
So-
before Marcus questions, let me just appreciate these two super stickers, right? And you got it, Marcus, because I had them pinned in for a minute. Show so to Missy T for the super sticker. Appreciate you for the support.
The money counting thing. Money's a money counting thing. Money's a money counting thing. Money's a money counting thing. It's something money.
Appreciate you, Missy T. And we also have My Chance. Show so to My Chance for the $4.99 super sticker. I appreciate you very much. Appreciate you.
The money counting thing. Money's a money counting thing. Money's a money counting thing. Money's a money counting thing. It's something money counting thing.
Where's my money? It's right here.
And And we also got Bandit Romello. He said Ebony. This nigga, somebody get this nigga, man. The nigga said Ebony and Ivory will be two, Ebony and Ivory live together in perfect harmony, side by side on my piano keyboard. Oh Lord, why don't we? Appreciate you, Bandit Romello, for the motherfucking super chat and the lyrics. Appreciate
What more do you want from me?
The money counting team. The money counting team. The money counting team. The money counting team.
And Marcus had a question for Red Pill Ranger. And shouts out to Lil King in the house. Shouts out to Lil King in the motherfucking chat. You know what I'm saying? I think Marcus had a question for you, Red. And then I think Low-Key got something to say. And let's let Mr. Seven, aka Smitty, because he just came through.
Yeah, I just and this goes to anybody in the panel. Like anybody can answer this too after Red Pill. But like, what happens to the mixed kid when they, are brought into the world, and then like, does he have to be limited now to certain avenues or certain conversations? Is he X'd out? Is he not good enough, or is she not good enough, or is it not
I'm
validated?
trying to say,
enough?
is the mixed kid, could the mixed kid be pro-black?
They got
It depends on the environment.
They got to pick one.
And that's why it boils down to your personal desire and what you present. Like, how do you carry yourself?
Yeah,
You know
our
what I'm saying?
most
in
pro
that
black
same-
people is light
In
skinned.
that same
Right,
situation,
Malcolm X,
now,
you know what I mean?
it's
Chicago
only
Red.
weird if that person only dates outside his race or only dates white women or doesn't desire black. Yeah, that's weird to say you pro-black if you don't
But
date
if
black.
Umar pull up
If
with
he
a snow
happens to
bunny,
be with,
if
if he
Umar pull up with a
happens to,
snow bunny, all of the Umar stuff is not pro-black. No matter what you say about Umar, he's still pro-black, even though whatever you want to
Yeah,
say.
I give you that. I ain't gonna lie, because that's like saying W.E.D. Du Bois just because he got a white wife, all because that just invalidates him. Nah, I wouldn't say
that's
that.
just love. Like, this may be just what, you know what I'm saying, was brought about and presented to
I
him
think
as a
if he
love.
assimilated to his white wife's culture more than she, because I'm pretty sure is his wife, she had to be supportive on some level, so she more assimilated to what he was on.
What
Yeah.
I'm
I
saying
think
is
his
that
wife could be pro-black, actually, low key. You
what
know
I'm saying is that they compromise. When you
Oh
when
my God,
you're compromised. If the revolution were to start, you got to watch out for them first, because they
oh
gonna
my
want to.
God.
I'm just saying. Hear me out. Hear me out. If the revolution start, you're gonna have to take them out first, because they're gonna want to protect they person, which is understandable.
Wait,
They
so
I'm
shouldn't
not
do you
have to
think
saying
his
protect
white
them, though.
wife
What
would
are they
go on
protecting
their
them
side?
from?
it don't matter. She gotta go. It's a
It does
revolution.
no,
She
it
gotta go.
matters,
Why
bro.
does she have to
She
go?
gotta go. She gotta go.
What we talking about here?
It
I'm
does matter
asking
though,
you.
bro.
No, she gotta go.
Bro, there's a
Why
lot of
does she
white
have to
people
go?
that
Where does
help
she
black
have to
people
go?
in the revolution, bro. There's
Well,
I
there's
say
that's
that's not a
even the
good
one I'm talking
strategy,
about.
man.
That's a terrible strategy.
Listen, all I know is that I'm not saying if they dating white, they hate black, they anti-black, they can't support black. What I'm saying is that when I say pro-black, that's a whole nother level that I just feel they can't be.
Yeah,
I ain't
It's
talking
what
about
it
they
is.
just
They gotta
believing black
go.
That's a
people.
They gotta
personal
go.
perception.
I'm talking about
Because
a
again,
representative. I'm married to a white woman, but I'm coming out there. All my brothers, please
a
marry y'all a
representative.
sister. Get y'all a black sister. Be with a sister. The black woman is God. Then I go home to a blonde hair who I Becky. You'll think I'm a
So
fucking
let me
clown.
ask you this then. Let me ask this
I
then real
mean, you're
quick.
painting a
So
specific
so do you
scenario.
think that a man that dates or marries even a white woman could not understand the struggles of black culture or black society?
Oh, he can understand, but I don't want to hear his shit. That's what I'm saying.
that's crazy, bro.
He opted out. He's not
I
even
think
part
this
of
is
it no more.
personal. I think this is
I think
personal.
this is
I think
personal.
you got something against Sharon, and this is personal.
No. This I'm 46 years old. I've been saying this shit. I knew a Squidward looking ass nigga like Sharon existed. I am pro black love, straight up.
DJ, I was on another panel a while back,
But
and I remember
go ahead.
there was a chick up there, and she called everybody who was mixed or whatever, or even dated outside half breeds. I'm just getting that
Yo,
vibe.
I
For some
remember
reason,
Omar.
I'm getting that vibe.
Remember,
No
remember
offense to
Omar.
Rexdale, but as soon as he said they gotta go, I was like, all right, this is a wrap, dog.
Hey man.
Go ahead. I think it's low key or Mr. Seven. Mr.
Go ahead, Mr.
77.
Seven.
Nah, you go ahead first, bro. I get in there.
Nah, I was about to start babbling. If I go, I ain't got really nothing to say. To be honest with you.
All right, so what's the main premise, DJ? Just like interracial dating, right?
Yeah, if you date interracially, you can be pro-black. That's what
You know what? Yeah.
that's what Red Pill is presenting right now.
All right, bet. Nah, you can actually you can be pro-black and date outside of your race, but it does come with like stipulations. Like at that point, like you're still one of us. I mean, at least to me. When I say I'm my brother and my sister's keeper, I mean that. Like I don't do all that like picking and choosing. You look like you one of my cousins, you one of me, right? But I do believe that there are certain aspects that we may want to yield on. Like, watch this perfect example. All of us up here are. Oh shoot, never mind. Hold on. Okay, Marcus, my bad.
Marcus is
It's all right. I got part black in me, dog.
Marcus down there in the corner. I forgot Marcus.
No, I'm good. I'm part nigga too, dog. I'm part nigga too.
It's 5.5. It's 5.5 niggas up here. You know?
All right, there we go. All right, so we got 5.5. All right, I bet we got 5 and a nickel. So, my point is, not all of us are qualified to talk on gang culture. Not all of us. Listen, I yield when people get to talking about being shot up. I ain't never been shot up. I yield when people talk about going through divorce. So my point is that yeah, you still one of us, right? So like the suburban kid that maybe didn't go through the harsh realities of the city or whatever. Nah, just you know what I'm saying? Like it's still one of us. It's just, it's a different walk of life. And that's my whole point. So that's what I mean by yes, you can still be that, but you need to yield on certain discussions. I'm not going to talk about gang culture because I don't come from it. I'm going to shut up. And
but I think people, I think you can do. I think you could talk about gang culture if you're not from it, but you're gonna be limited, and you can't we can't prioritize your opinion over somebody.
There we go.
Actually,
that's all I was saying. That's all I was saying.
We should be asking more questions.
What you said. What the fuck?
You said they gotta go. They gotta go.
They gotta go.
No, I'm talking about the Becky if the revolution starts. Only
Get out of here. Get out of here. Police! 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 Help!
Let's let Frida Green to the stage to talk some sense into this young brother, Red Pill Ranger. He on that bullshit. I think Frida Green might be on that bullshit too. He look like
get him out of here. Get him out of here. He wants to play Crash Bandicoot kart. Get him out of here.
That nigga Red Pill spitting tonight, goddamn. I'm fucking with Red Pill on some real shit, though.
Yo, damn, bro. He agreed with Red Pill Ranger. Damn.
Yeah,
We
Red
probably
Pill.
got to hold a poll in the chat.
Hey, let me say this real quick, right? I think that there is a limit, but I think the limit is just what you talk about. Like, for instance, like the only thing I feel like they have no right to talk about is black relationships. Because of course you can't talk about that because you're not in a black relationship. You don't like black relationships. So you can't talk about that. But I think you can talk about black struggle because you still go through that. Like, rather you date a white woman or not, you still like, going through that.
You know what I put it as akin to? Is like I'm black, right? But I'm from Guyana. So like when black Americans talking about like reparations and stuff.
Exactly.
Like that,
yeah.
Like I could only talk about that shit on a limited level because that don't include me and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I'm still black and I could still be pro-black, but it's just that it's just gonna be limited. It's just like if y'all was in Guyana, y'all would be pro-black and you still be black, but it's just certain shit that you didn't experience, so you have a limited your conversation will be a little limited about it. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
I want to hear why because I want to ask some questions, man, but I wish if I had somebody that's interracially dating. But Marcus though. Hey, Marcus, come on, let me see.
I'm not gonna tell my chick they gotta go. But okay.
How you gonna say have to go right to the half?
I know, man. It's
Yo, 'cause I
crazy.
know
I can't get past
Wasting
the in there.
no time wasting.
Oh God.
But Marcus though, as an interracial person, right?
Yes, sir.
Like you ever faced any like scrutiny or like any
Biracial problems.
yeah, biracial problem. Any biracial hiccups, you know what I'm saying?
Biracial hiccups. I gotta use that next time. I'm gonna use that in public.
Struggle.
Struggle, yeah.
Somewhat.
Tell us about the biracial struggle, man. For real.
No, I think I mostly faced it online. I think, to be honest, more because I think just the conversations, like, cool. I don't need to be a part of every conversation. I'm fine with that, but I mean, I'm not gonna exclude you from whatever, whether I'm like mixed Latino and black and whatever it is, like Native American, whatever. I'm not gonna exclude you because I don't. This is a conversation. Like, I say, get your benefits, get your money up. Do your thing. If whoever you likes you, just whatever woman respects you and gives a shit about you, treat her right. That's it. Just treat her right. If she respects you and she understands and honors you, just treat her right. I don't give a shit what color, shade of color. Usually I date black women, Latino women, and I don't date much white women, but maybe a Middle Eastern chick, or if she's fine enough, I don't know.
By the way,
She's
I consider
seasoned
mixed kids
or not
black.
the season.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's the thing. You know what?
Marcus, what do you think with it?
Most people consider mixed people black. My
Based
fault.
on how you carry yourself. If
But
you
let me
What you
ask
mixed
you
with?
this.
What you mixed with, Mark?
Yeah, I got black, I'm
Italian,
Latino,
right?
and I got Native American.
I thought you said Italian.
see,
Hey, look,
if you
Latino
live
is
black,
not a race. You know what I'm saying? That's
Hey,
the
Red
thing.
Pill, let me ask you this. If a full-fledged sister was married to Marcus, could she claim to be pro-black? Rock out, my G.
if a full-fledged sister, it depends on if he's black presenting.
Nah, ain't no depend. Can she or
Yes,
can't
he
she?
is.
Ain't no
Because
depend.
he can no,
So
because he could
is
be
it about the
a,
present? How important is the presentation? Because now we kind of like, you know what I
the
mean?
presentation is key because he could be a
No,
goddamn,
but what I'm saying is that you said you cannot be pro-black if you date outside the race. Does that even include somebody like Marcus? Is my point. That's
no,
all.
because if he's half black and half something, and he conducts himself as a black man, we usually accept him as black men because we do
I see
have
what
the
you're saying. I
dominant.
see what
We
you're saying.
do have the dominant DNA, the
Okay.
dominant
But
gene.
you know it's crazy. I never
all
seen
I'm
a
gonna
mix. I never seen a mixed person being accepted as a white person, though.
You
I
never
always-
see that. It won't.
No, not
It
by
doesn't
them.
happen.
Not by the whites.
It never happens.
They can't go like join a Nazi group or something. My bad. I don't know.
Police! Help!
Let's let
My
the
bad.
chef too much in the motherfucking house.
My bad. My bad.
Smitty is wilding, you know what I'm saying? He's
No, I mean,
wilding.
but you know, they can't claim those pro groups. My bad, bro. Yeah, they can't claim the pro
That's
group,
fine.
bro.
That's-
You can't.
I don't care.
Like Kanye little kids, they can operate as black if they chose to.
Which
Could
they
they?
probably is, man.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it though. Ain't nothing wrong with it. My thing is that like if you grow up, it's really more about how you grow up and how, like they said, how you carry yourself. Like if you if you telling us and trying to scrutinize people and telling people like Dr. Umar and stuff like that, you pop out with a white girl, oh hell no. You know what I mean? That's just hypocritical. Like ain't nobody about to take you serious no more. Like we really ain't gonna see this school in. I don't think we gonna see it now, but we really ain't gonna see the school in. You know what I mean? So you just gotta keep it how your image is. If we see somebody like Jason Whitlock, you know what I mean, or somebody like Adam Scott, like of course I probably think that he dates white women. Like I wouldn't, because he ain't like that. You know what I mean?
But look at this. If
I can tell
Jason
you-
Whitlock, all right, let me put this one out, right? If Jason Whitlock dated black,
That's
right? Is he more pro-black than a black dude that's dating a white? Like, let's say
Nah.
Umar did. Let's say Umar did had a snow bunny. You know what I'm saying? is he less pro-black than that nigga, bro? With the shit that nigga be saying?
Yes,
Not at
because at
all.
least he keeping the black bloodline strong.
Nah,
Oh
this
my
nigga,
God.
man.
We
That is
about legacy
crazy.
and bloodline, bro. See, that's the
That-
I
problem.
think
that-
we
We
gotta
forgot.
define what is pro-black. Then I think we got all different definitions of what pro-black is.
This man trying to have a genetic war, a
Ain't
national
that no?
takeover.
I ain't trying to have one. It's been going on for generations.
I ain't gonna
Oh
hold you.
man,
You ever heard
Oh,
about
so
the
you
post?
just participate.
So Dr. Umar pulls an ugly white bitch. Yeah, she ugly. Yeah, he loses it. But if she fine, who knows? I don't know.
if she
Look,
fine, this
yeah,
man
right
crazy.
now.
Dog, that's a fucked up situation though.
I ain't gonna lie. The way
Wait.
he talk,
Is Shannon? So is Shannon Sharp not pro-black?
Man, it ain't.
No,
I
because
don't
Shannon
think
Sharp
Frederick
I don't
ain't
think he's
married no
It's
white
Frederick
chick.
Douglass.
I
He
don't even
fucks
think
them.
he's pro-black or present
Nah,
himself
he
like
not
that.
pro-black.
I mean,
Plus
really.
he fucks white women. That ain't the
okay, so
same.
let me ask y'all this.
Hey, it sound like y'all keep
If
judging
It's
pro-black
one
in
key piece
according
y'all
to
keep
visual
missing though with the whole
perception and
thing.
not what
right,
That's
they're
what I'm
not what
physically
saying.
that's
That's
what I'm
what
doing
I'm
in
saying.
the
So
saying.
like
world.
that's
It's
literally
one
what I
key
was
piece
just
missing.
finna ask is when we're speaking about being pro-black, are we saying the outward showing of pro-blackness? Like, do a nigga gotta show you how black I am?
Facts.
I do
Cause
Because
think
I'm
I
it's
black,
part of it.
y'all, and
I
I'm
think
black,
it's part of
y'all,
it.
and I'm
I
bliggity,
think it's
bliggity,
part of
bliggity.
it, but I don't think it's just like I don't think show is just like the cover show. I think show is like what you actively doing.
Yeah, it
Like
I was
if
happens
you
about
if you
naturally.
but see
buying
this,
black,
but see
if you
this
if
this
It's
is
what you actually do, bruh. It's
it's
what
Yeah,
that's
you
it
what I'm
happens
saying.
actually
naturally.
It's not
Honestly,
about
this is
it's
what
not
I
That
just
is
a
what
look.
I
You know what I'm
pull.
saying?
look,
Personally, to
this is
me,
what
it
I'm
don't
saying.
even start with action. To me, it starts with your thought. Like if we having a conversation about certain things, about pro-black, certain things, or certain things such as like the struggle of black people, and you over here sitting like you don't understand what the hell I'm talking about. That's already a negative sign to me. Like it starts more about the conversation about how you feel
Let
about
me
what we're going
apologize
through.
to you, brother. Let me apologize to you right now because some of the shit that I get our oppressed ways and forced habits and the toll of generational trauma and all of that shit. But some of this shit that we be going through, I be wondering, like, bro, why the fuck do we take this shit? Like,
Conditioning.
what you know what I'm
Conditioning.
saying? And I understand that, but if I'm not pro-black because I question that, then I ain't pro-black. I feel like pro-black is questioning that. Like, bro, why we ain't just really get together and take over this shit how we know we could.
I said something about the revolution
Cause we
earlier.
gonna
It
lose,
had that
brother.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Why you keep talking about pills though?
Hey, why we gotta kill people? Like why? I mean, I get it, but why do we gotta kill people? Like
Whoa!
what?
What you say? Word?
Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit.
We
I
gotta be
didn't say
adults
nothing about
about this
killing
shit.
nobody. I didn't say nothing about killing nobody.
I mean, revolution. You like any of that? Like I don't know.
bro,
I
I
don't
feel
think
like
that's gonna be the
Because
answer.
No. Wait. What does
who
they
gives
gotta
away
go mean?
power?
No,
Nope.
let them explain that.
Who
What
gives
does
away
they gotta
advantage? We have to take that advantage.
this
They'll
is my
never
What does
get it
they
away.
gotta go mean? What does that mean?
They
So you
killed and
squared
took
up
it.
with people who don't understand is all I'm saying.
Oh, they gotta go? Shit.
Yeah, that's why people thinking that. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to
No,
help you.
they gotta go means 10 toes
But
up.
brother, we've been having people that's been spilling that stuff for the last 80 years, and we've been wasting our time in the same direction, in the same area,
Facts.
brother. We've been in the same area that we've been in since the 1980s and 70s with the same people saying we got to do the same stuff you're talking about. So I mean, I don't know, brother. We got to get a different plan.
No, we
That
can
revolutionary
do
stuff is
several
garbage.
things. We can still talk about that, but do other stuff. That's what's wrong with us as black people. We don't understand how to multitask. Just because we're not doing that, just because we're doing something else, don't mean we can't still occasionally keep the revolution on the table. We
Sir,
don't have
I'm
I
to
just
take it
don't
off.
multitasking
think
right
I
now.
I
agree.
just don't think the
I'm
revolution
multitasking.
I just don't think the revolution should be the same way that it was
It was
like
tried before.
Yeah,
I
like grabbing
don't
guns and going to go shoot
yeah
people. Like I
because
don't know,
that
it's got to be something else.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
we
think
don't
got
think
Red
it.
Pill
I
wants
don't
to
think that.
resurrect
I
But
think it
but
gotta
I
have economic revolution. I think it gotta have
yes,
different levels
Facts,
of
it's
revolution.
facts,
different. It's
facts.
different categories of this revolution.
Okay, if you
But I
talking
But
do
about
think
that,
it
then
could
I
all
agree.
be done
I
at this.
don't
I do think
disagree,
it should and could all be done at the same time, though. I do think
and
that shit. You know what I mean?
that's what makes
Yeah.
it a big thing. If we can get it in sync, if we can get it like, cause I don't know if y'all know, but there's black like in Georgia, There's black-owned grocery stores that only sell black-owned products.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what the biggest problem is, Chef? The biggest issue is this, bro. Like even right now, this whole turkey hut thing, right? Continuously, I don't care what it is. It's something about when we keep getting to a certain point, something has
We start
to
going criminal.
something has some kind of scandal, some kind of something has to diminish everything that we was like, God damn it, you go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we did that. We knew that about him specifically when he fell out with the owner of the turkey leg Hut, who was his woman. We're
I'm just
negating
using
that fact.
it as one
We're
example.
negating that
You know
fact.
what I think
I'm
could,
negating
You
that
was
fact.
you know what I think could remedy that shit? I think we gotta stop the culture of throwing the baby out with the bathwater, right?
Yes.
Somebody could come and put in a lot of work and they do one thing and we discredit everything they do that ain't even got to do with that one thing that they did type shit.
Facts.
It's
And-
like we're not gonna have a perfect person. That's religion shit. You're waiting for a perfect messiah. Like we're not gonna have
I know, but
perfect
that
people.
that
you know
nigga's
what
a
I'm saying?
certified scam artist. He did a lot of stuff.
Oh, I'm not saying to him. I'm saying to everybody. Look how people start
Right.
saying. Look how people say Martin Luther King was fucking on the snow
cheating
bunny,
on
and
us.
people
Yeah,
try to
right,
destroy.
right.
It's like, look, man, are you gonna? What does that have to do with what the nigga was doing? Type shit. You know
Not
what
a
I mean?
damn thing.
Nothing.
I think a huge problem is we look at shit from such a surface level and not and with due diligence because of like racial matters. But this shit is more so about racial, like not like even taking race class.
It
This
is
shit is
when certain black
Yeah, that's
people
a
this
get
fact.
shit
to
is
a
about
certain class.
class.
When certain black people get to a certain class, they start thinking less race and more class. Even white people, when they reach that certain, because to me,
So
the majority of people who's pro black, pro white, pro all of that stuff, they be on a low tax bracket. The
And this
higher
the thing.
people
But that
don't
is
really
because
care
it's
about it that
easy
much.
to bait the lower tax bracket. I can incite
And I
y'all
think it's
into
because the
doing
lower
shit.
tax
And
bracket need each other more. Because when you lower, you actually need each other more. So you be like more
exactly.
pro your
So
race. You know what I'm saying?
fact,
which
so
is
I
why
bring that up to say, which is like even just piggybacking and pushing towards the some of the things we was throwing out yesterday about how the revolution should go and this black against white thing. No, it should be this the people against the
yes,
machine,
yes.
the
But
the
Yeah,
but
it's
people
definitely classism.
against the system,
but this
What
the
people?
thing.
What
the
people you
Even
talking
class,
though
about?
it look
the
like it's
class.
black against white, I don't think that we
Nah.
literally think like black against white, and we forgot there's other race. Is a bunch of shit going
Exactly,
on.
Because
exactly.
If
that's
we,
what our ancestors pushed to us, brother. Like they, and I hate to
but
say this,
look,
but they
but
was
look,
absolutely wrong.
but look,
But that's
while
what it
when
is.
but that's what they needed at that time, though. You
That's a
got to
fact.
think about it. It was some
That's a fact.
extreme time, so they kind of needed to be on that shit
We ain't
back
in
then.
them
You know what I'm saying?
times. We
It
ain't
was
in them
less
times.
mixing of people. It was, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was to their own shit. So I could understand how it was like that back then. You know what I
So
mean?
yeah, my only point is at this point in time in this era that we're in, we are diminishing the quality of the body of people that could be gathered to go against the system, to stand towards the system.
Yeah,
And this
especially by being just only black.
Real
By
quick,
just being pro-black, we're already not, you know what I'm saying, of the majority.
Yeah, that's
this
a fact.
We're
this
already the minority.
real quick. The reason why that is, and I love that you said that briefly, it's because we're too busy trying to like basically kind of what DJ said to a degree, to kind of further back up what he was saying. We're too busy trying to pick a who we like. Yo, it's too many times we just reject the message, bruh. Like it's a whole like look, if somebody don't like me, I can be like, hey, it's a fire right behind you, and they will burn before they turn around just because I'm the one who said it.
But I'm gonna be real
Just
with you though,
because I'm
right?
the one who said it, bro. We terrible at that shit. We
I'ma
gotta get
be-
past this who you like shit. It ain't about who you like. If you really
You
your
know-
brother's keeper, if you really your sister's keeper, I'm landing it. If you really your brother and your sister's keeper, it's not about who you like. It's about who your brother and your sister is. God damn it!
I look at that the same way with the
I
point
think it's
of
because
the racial divide,
and I
because
think
that's
that's because the culture like personality worship. Because if you notice, bro, We watch movies. There's the star, and we personality worship. It's always based on who we like. Even
Bro,
look at
you don't
this.
even have to be a star no more.
The star
You don't
can
have
be.
You
to
know
be
what
a
you
star
just
no more.
described, DJ? You
You
described
can
the
just be a
WWE.
personality. We
That's
got
the
stars.
WWE right there.
And we support the villain because we like him.
It's niggas that follow Shamar. This nigga is built like a bent.
Wait, hold on.
What? You talking about the Instagram star?
Yeah, you know what you hold on, stop right there.
The transmission?
Hold on. Hold on.
Is he talking about the transmission?
Hear me out. Notice what you just said before you called him a transmission. You called him an Instagram star.
Yeah.
That nigga ain't nothing but a personality. He's a disability with a personality.
Damn.
That's it. And this
But as
nigga
the
got,
world, but
he
as
got
the world
followers,
begin, bro.
people that'll walk up and really try to strike a nigga about him. Not because you know him, not because me and Shamar get into it right now in public. It's a nigga that's gonna try and fight me about Shamar that don't know Shamar.
But that's that celebrity culture, and social media make us all
That's that
celebrities. Bro.
personality worship, like he just said. But this nigga's a personality. The first thing you said was you talking about the Instagram star. How was you a star on some shit that everybody got?
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Right now, everybody could be.
He got more followers.
Yeah, but see, we calling it
I'm a star.
personality.
Well, let's not
personality.
be naive though. Like these people are stars because they have done things. Like I mean, we can say that the things that they did is not credible, but they've done things. Like
what did Shamar do?
He been on a lot of stuff.
This is what I would say why it is personality worship. Because look at this. You know why it is personality worship? Because your personality is your persona. Let's not call it personality. Let's call it persona.
No, it's idol worship. Idol
but it's
worship.
It's still idol worship. American
but
Idol.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, so
it's still your personality, your persona, which you present. Because your persona and your personality is not actually you, is a limited version of you, is your representation. Because we don't know when Shamar had to go to the doctor to get straightened up. We don't know. We just know what they present.
Honestly, nobody gives a fuck about that.
Exactly.
Nobody gives a fuck that this nigga can't read for real. Don't nobody give a fuck.
But wait, let me see if you're not a hypocrite, right?
To help him.
Go ahead.
Let me see if you're not a hypocrite, right? Let me replace Shamar and let me replace it with Martin Luther King. Now, how would y'all say that?
In what form?
Yeah, because
is it still idol worship? Is it still you conforming to this person? Is it still?
One thing, I think most of us just simply admired. There's
exactly. It's not worship. Y'all using the word worship.
Look at this. Y'all spooky about worship. Worship is not a spooky thing. If I'm giving you your word, that's worship. I'm giving you your worship.
No, that's called.
Yeah, it's not a spooky thing. We just make religion, make worship a spooky thing, bro. Like, you know, if your woman worship you, she having sacrifices on an altar.
I'm sorry.
Like I have a favorite author.
DJ, you out that life though. Your headspace different, DJ.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just saying, bro. Like you know, you don't think like everybody don't think like you, dog. And I'm just saying that in the sense of you are on that next level with it, bro. Like you more spiritual with it. Most people are looking at this from the physical lens, bro. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying is that I have a favorite author. I have a favorite actor, but I don't worship them. Just because you appreciate, hold up. Just because you appreciate,
he gotta go. He gotta go.
He gotta go.
You don't know.
Out of here, man.
Just because you appreciate their work, ain't the same.
It depends on the level of appreciation.
Exactly. So most people don't worship.
Wait. So
tell me, most people don't worship celebrities. You're bugging,
I say most people don't. See,
y'all remember
we misuse the word worship. Just like we misuse narcissist, we misuse trigger, we misuse.
Then why are there so many people with a Kobe tattoo, a LeBron tattoo, a Michael Jackson?
That's crazy. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's
you tattooing another grown man on your body is
We're gonna pull it up. We're gonna pull it up to Google, and you got it too much. You got it too much. And while you got it, I'm about to pull it up on We gotta pull this shit. Excuse me.
No, those particular individuals
pull up the definition, right?
Those
Let's pull up the
particular
definition.
individuals worship the
Bro.
damn celebrities, bruh.
What,
Yeah,
like,
those particular individuals,
Okay.
but it's 8+ billion people in the world.
Bro, wait a minute. I'm talking
It,
about.
it doesn't
We're
help that they
talking
got a
about
statue.
the only counting in the people that's exposed and shows out to be loved and most hated, most underrated.
Like, check this
Flat
out.
out. But look at this. Look, we only counting in the people that's exposed to the celebrity. People who don't know about them, we can't count that shit in. We
Like,
cannot
all y'all
count it.
got, all of us got a favorite rapper, but we don't worship them dudes.
Bro, the majority of people who, bro,
But
look
they
at this.
do.
Let's
Do you
do it
know
like
what
this.
niggas would
The
do for
majority
NBA?
of people who said Lil Wayne is their favorite rapper worship Lil Wayne, bro.
No, they
No.
just like his
Now,
music.
Wait. Can I ask? I was just about to ask him
Nah,
They
that.
just
these,
like his
these
music.
niggas
If
worship him.
if I buy
Do
my
you know
favorite
what these
artist
young
a
niggas
ticket
would
for
do
his
for NBA
concert,
young
is that
boy?
like idol worship? Like if I'm
Yeah, I
buying
like Air Max, but I don't worship Nike.
Look at
Do
this.
you know
Yeah,
what
define
these
the
young
worship.
niggas would do
But
for
you
Define
got
NBA?
people
what the
who
actual
won't go
people do.
nowhere outside the house without a certain name brand on. What do you call that?
Yeah, define the
Hey,
worship.
hey, if they
What do
got a
y'all mean by
shrine, if
worship?
they got a
if you
shrine or a
invest
statue, does that count?
$1 into that person, that's worship.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
That ain't the point.
Look, the worship, the feeling or expression of reverence, and we could look up reverence and adoration if y'all ain't satisfied.
Yeah, y'all
right?
might have to look that up.
DJ, what
Alright,
if somebody
we're
has
gonna
a shrine in their room
And
or
look,
like a
but we
statue?
gotta take out deity and replace it with that person, or else it's gonna be disingenuous, right?
No,
we gotta
that's
take.
that's why we
we-
don't worship these
Nah,
people. They're
brother.
not
Bro,
deities.
but then what are we talking about?
Yeah,
then?
what we talking
We
about?
might as well don't even have the conversation.
That's
then.
my point. I don't know what. That's not
Wait a
worship.
minute. So
You
DJ,
like
what
the
you're saying is
Nah,
they
celebrity.
bro.
gotta
You
go.
can't
That's
say
what you're
just
saying,
because it's
DJ.
no God,
You're
it
saying
ain't
they gotta
worship,
go?
brother. That
Ain't
ain't
nobody worshiping these actors. To
Bro,
worship, you
they
have to
are
pray
people.
to.
That's
Wait a
cap.
minute. They got
Nah,
groupies.
hell
Hold on.
People get
We're
whole
not even
That's
praying
cap.
to these
surgery
people.
to look
And
like
Some
it's
them.
people are,
not.
dog. Some
Whole
people
plastic
if
surgery.
you
some
bought
of
a
these people
concert
do
ticket, you
whatever
What are
worship
you
these
people
people
talking
want.
want.
about?
bro, there's bitches that would faint if future
Hold
Future
on, fellas.
Hendrix
Hold
pull
on,
up,
fellas.
bro.
That don't mean they
Hey, bro,
worship
these
him
chicks
though.
are
They
willing to
can
take
really like
pictures.
them.
Hold on, fellas.
I bought Subway. That mean I worship
Beyonce
Subway.
gets worshipped, nigga.
Nah, that ain't like that. Worshiping is
Nah,
like
nigga,
take it to the
these
next level.
even with the
Beyonce
concert,
gets
nigga, these
worshipped,
niggas are
nigga.
giving
She definitely
tithes and
gets a lot of
offerings.
adoration. That's
Beyonce
definitely
gets
Exhaust
worshipped,
it's
nigga.
people that
There are
Beyonce
people
gets
that
exalt
pray
her
to
sons
Look,
Beyonce.
to attend
Beyonce
to
gets
a Beyonce
worship. Wait
concert.
a minute, y'all.
She's
Beyonce
a good
gets
example.
Beyonce gets worship, and she got a whole religion, a
Now
cult
Beyonce
called
gets
the
Bro,
worship.
Beehive.
I
what
agree
are
with
we
that.
talking about?
I never
That's a
said
fact.
There
I
are
never
people that
said
pray
people
to
don't worship
Beyonce,
celebrities. I said the
and she's
majority
an
of people
actor
don't.
too.
I never said
You
it
Yeah.
know how
doesn't
many
happen.
people
And she's
follow
an actor
Beyonce?
too.
I'm with that
Do you
majority.
know what these little niggas will do
I-
for NBA young boy?
Hey, look, and then her husband is Jay-Z. How many follow
Come on,
him?
man.
Let's double that.
Could we vote on the panel,
Come
right?
on, man.
Let's vote on the panel, and just for the sake of the conversation, I'm saying, bro, we gotta remove the deity and put whatever celebrity right there. There's the deity in this case, right? Because deity is one man, God is another man, devil. We could fucking argue that shit.
But we can't call a human a deity. Then that's making
Bro.
them
Nah, bro.
continuous.
It's in a thousand. Nah, bro. In a
You ain't
1,000
seen
years,
white Jesus up in your grandma's kitchen.
in 1,000 years, they're
Hey,
going to
let's
have
stop.
myths about
Let's stop.
Beyonce.
Right, bro. Yeah, but look at this, the feeling or expression of reverence and adoration. And we could look up reverence and adoration in another tab if you want, and all of that shit, right? But that is what the worship is.
Yeah, let's see what reverence means.
My argument,
Because I like somebody's music don't mean it's reverence.
Yeah,
Like
see,
I said, I like
you
Subway,
keep
but I
putting
don't reverence
yourself
that
in this
shit.
bro. Look
But
at this.
that's
Reverence.
you,
Look,
personally,
reverence
you.
ain't even that, and reverence ain't even that
You
deep.
keep saying I. You keep
But it
saying
is
I
deep.
don't
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
you
it. I
keep
Subway
don't do it.
Subway ain't that good
projecting
anyway,
your
dog. Subway ain't that
personal on
good.
the masses.
Look what reverence say, bro.
A deep respect.
Bro. The shit is not even that complicated, bro. We
It's
could
not.
even look up what was the other word?
Adoration.
I bet you something about admiring, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The thing, the
Yeah, a
deity
deep love,
part is
a deep
specific.
love or
Hands down.
affection.
Deep
But you
love
can't
and
take out, you can't focus on them words, but want to take out deity. That ain't
Hey,
fair.
Let's
hey,
let's
hey,
not.
you
We
want
gotta
to
keep
look
it
up
all.
deity?
Because
Do you
we
want to
speak
look
it
up deity?
metaphorically, brother.
Do you want to
hey,
look up
DJ,
deity?
hey, DJ, when
If
you
they
done,
view
bro,
these
let me.
people as a deity,
I
if they
want you to
give
pull
these
your
people
stuff
the
up, bro.
same, if they give these people the same power as a deity, if they give these people the same
They don't pray to
ability,
him.
They
What do you
pray to
mean?
Beyonce.
There's no
They
worship without
pray to
prayer.
Beyonce.
This guy.
Bro,
Multiple men
Beyonce.
have lost their manhood because Diddy asked, bro. That's deity. That's
They
worship.
That's
Guess
all.
pray
what?
That's
to
all
Beyonce.
Guess what?
allegations.
Hey,
That's all
hey, guess what?
allegations.
It's
What are
not
we
an
talking about
allegation.
here?
Guess
bro,
what? Let's
That's
Red
not
Pill
allegation.
Ranger. I
let's
think you
put science
limiting.
to it.
I think you
The
limiting
songs
the.
are
I
the
think you
songs are
limiting.
praises.
Wait a minute,
The
Lo. I think
songs are
this man
praises. Are they
limiting the
not singing these songs
Lo.
word for word?
Lo,
Do they
check
not
this
know
out.
these songs
Wait,
more than
wait.
they know the Bible or any literature towards a
Facts.
Check
religion?
this out. The
What
reason
are we talking
reason
about?
we get in this the reason we getting tied up with Red Pill Ranger, bro.
Because
Like
I'm a
you
Christian.
limiting and you limiting you limiting your understanding, or you
That just
limiting the depth.
explained
Wait a minute,
everything.
y'all. This nigga is limiting the definition of the words, bro. You limiting it to religion, and that's the problem. We
Bro,
can't limit
and
it.
he's stuck because
They
they
said
pray to
deity in the
Beyonce.
damn definition
It
of
don't matter.
God.
Look, hey,
They pray to
Brother,
I
you
just
being
came
belligerent
up
here.
here for the red pill
You believe in
joint
white
right quick.
Jesus, don't you?
So
Go ahead, Giz.
with the deity joint, let's use some examples. If because red pill, he's saying that it's not the definition without using the deity
Bro,
thing.
Red Pill said
Now
they don't pray to
we can
these people.
argue that
They
these
pray to
people are
Beyonce.
still
We gotta give
worshiping
each other the
even if
format.
they don't realize that they worship. So with the Chris Brown situation, where a woman is willing to spend $1,000 on a photo, you can look at that as worship, and you can also look at it as paying a offering, a tribute to
Exactly.
Chris Brown.
She ain't never gave your church $1,000, nigga.
You ain't never gave your fucking church no $1,000.
She
All
ain't
right,
never
so
gave
hold
your
on,
church
Big Giz.
$1,000,
Big Giz,
nigga, and
that
never
logic
will.
Bro, how much money niggas is giving to Jesus versus how much money they's paying to go in these concerts, bro?
What the fuck
Come
are we
You
on,
talking
bro.
giving
about?
more
I
than
spent
Nike?
$300 at a strip club.
I
That
don't
mean
know.
I
Dog,
worship the
mega
bitch.
church is doing
You
pretty good.
worshiping the
Yes,
bitches.
you
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 paying
did.
homage.
worship,
You
you
worshiping the
worshiping,
pussy.
you might not be worshiping, you might not
You
be
ain't never see
worshiping the
300
bitch,
at a
Hold up.
but you
Sunday service.
worshiping the sex culture
Hold up.
and the
Hold
You
up.
ain't
and
never
the
So
see
um
300
and
at
the
a
um
Sunday
Secular
and,
service.
and
desire,
as a
nigga. You
religion.
worship
hold up.
secular
So
Wait.
desire.
So if I put
everything you
$5,000
want.
Y'all going
into
too
my
far with
house,
it.
am I worshiping my house?
So you can't want a desire.
You can
You
be
can't want.
worshiping yourself
You can't want a
and
desire something without worshiping it.
your place of sanctity.
You
You
can keep
can't
trying to
want a
move the
desire
goalposts. You
something
can't
without
Yeah,
escape,
you
worshiping
need
it.
to
nigga.
smoke my J
If
at
you
this
You
point.
paid
do you want and
300 at the
desire
strip
Jesus?
club
Hey,
and
let
didn't
me
Do you
I'm
know
a
want
when
and
you
Christian.
get
desire
your
I
God?
desire
I'm a
Jesus.
Southern Baptist. I don't know what y'all talking
you
about.
threw 300
That's
at a
why.
Have
strip
you
club?
heard about your Lord
Stop
and Savior
fucking playing
Jesus
with
Christ,
me.
brother?
Bro, you threw 300 at a strip club and did not throw 300 at Bible study,
It's
my
your
nigga.
church.
That is
Stop it.
crazy, bro.
That's
Stop it.
wild.
That is
Who you
No one.
worship for real?
Y'all don't know how nobody type.
Who you worshiping for
Oh man,
real?
Look, you
You
the
didn't
who
give
you
your
Pentecostal
church
white
the
worshiping
shit
for
Jesus.
that
real?
day.
why y'all
You
keep
gave
showing
it
the
to
doobie brother?
that bitch with that brought the wings.
I'm
You didn't
46
give it
Caesar
years
to
old. I
Borgia.
ain't been
fucking.
to a strip
Come
club in
on,
Caesar
decades.
Borgia. You get that money
come
to
on, son.
Caesar.
You ain't do that. You didn't go to Magic City Monday and that following Sunday you got them lemon pepper.
I
Like, no,
dare y'all to
nigga.
go to Titty Bar in Mexico. That shit'll change your
Yeah,
life.
y'all be buying pounds of
I don't want
weed and then
nothing
don't
in
be giving it to
Mexico. I might
Jesus.
get I ain't no, I'm good. I'm
Come
stay
on, you
right here. I
said
go to
Jesus hit the
right here.
Man,
I go to hey look, we got Langley Park, nigga. I'm good.
I'm trying to
and
get
We gotta
close to
figure
the
out a
into
sweet.
the
We gotta
clouds
Lamborghini.
figure
I
out a sweet
descend.
Arizona.
I'll be back.
Like Angel
I'll do
Man,
you
one of
one
my
better.
favorite content
I'll
creators.
do
I
you
don't
one better.
worship you.
You said you like Nike. You spent more at Nike than you did at church.
And how
Hey,
do you know
Jesus
this?
Christ.
At this
You
point,
just
y'all
said
being
it.
Cause you
goofy.
just
Hey,
told
I'm
hey,
me
about to
hey,
You just
separate
said
from the
Cause
conversation.
you just
you just
Y'all
said
enjoyed it.
that that's
enjoy
Nike.
y'all night,
hold
man.
on.
I'm
Hey,
out.
Red
Deuces.
Pill
You
is
just
not
said that
feeling
that's
this.
Nike.
Oh man, don't
hold on. I
leave.
got a
Nah,
question for
don't.
Chef.
Oh my
I'm
God.
trying
I
to
got a
figure
question
out.
for
Oh
Chef.
man.
You
Chef, hold
just
on.
said,
Hey, Chef.
you just said I
Why
went to
y'all
the
don't
strip
make
club.
Red
You
Pill
didn't
But
Ranger?
spend that
wait,
much in
Chef.
the
Get out of here.
Oh
Get
man.
out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying. Get out of here for real. I'm saying get out of here for real.
yeah,
Get
but
out of here for real. Why y'all got this
Hey,
messed up about Red Pill
nah,
Ranger?
it's
Hey, nah,
interesting
hold on.
because
that
we
don't
get
make
these
sense.
issues when it comes to Christians, and it's like y'all don't even listen and pay attention to the scripture in y'all very book of religion. Why do
Bro,
you
What's
feel
going
like
on right
why
now?
do you
I
feel
got
like
a
they would
question.
have why do you feel like they would have the need for this man to have to tell
the
for
wings
them
had
to
to
for
strip
the
club
Most High
are
to have
good
to
as fuck.
tell y'all not to worship idols and not to, if that's impossible, because they're not a quote unquote god or
That
goddess.
don't.
You know what I want to say,
Again,
bro? Religion does limit people' perception of things, bro. Because somebody would say the devil,
very
but
much
they're
so.
thinking the devil is, but a devil could be a title. It don't gotta be a specific person. It's like it
Hey,
make
look,
you
look,
limit
I'm
the
gonna
perception.
be one that because in the book, right, they say the devil was the angel like of music.
Yeah, in
Which
the
book?
tradition.
He
That's
was the angel of the choir.
Music
get
for
started on that, bro.
praise.
But no, because then we got to go down to which book. See, but no, I got a question, Chef. Yeah, which book?
Nah, you being too. Come on, brother.
No, I'm not being anything. I'm
Come on,
actually
brother.
being exactly authentically who I am. Like I said, which book? Because the book that I read, no, it wasn't an angel. It came from the smokeless fire. We different.
Okay.
Right.
I mean,
That's
there
why I
you
said
go.
this book. So outside of that,
Now see.
hold on. I got a
From your
question real quick
perspective,
for
when
you.
we
Hold on.
talking
I got
about a
a
Christian,
question for you real quick, Chef.
in the Christian book, he was an
I got
angel.
okay. I got you. I know. I'm here. I just got a question.
One at a
So now
time. Give each other
my
grace.
question is this,
Grace.
right? When you
Grace
say
and
that you spent more money, and you keep saying money, so I'm just curious. Now, last time I checked in the Christian text, it says that the Son of Mary, the Messiah, went in there and flipped over the tables because everything was about money. So, is it more so about how much money you spent in church, or how much time you have spent devoted to it in your heart of hearts? Because
That part.
Hold on. Let's
It's a little bit of both, in my opinion.
I don't think.
Let me
I
be
think
clear
it's
on my
either.
perspective.
I think there's stuff that is more important than both of them. But y'all got it. I'll
No,
give
let
it.
me
I'm
be.
just saying money. I'm just saying
I'm saying the money
like
or the time. Maybe somebody can't put the money or the time, but
No,
he
no, no,
can
no,
put
no,
it in
no.
other ways.
I'm gonna
Because
tell you
look at
why I
this.
even brought up
that's
If
where
you
money.
got a
both
9 to
come
5,
in,
look, wait
PJ.
a minute. If you work 20 hours a week and I work 40 hours a week, we can't measure our time the same. Just
Exactly.
like if a millionaire give me $20 versus somebody who really got to give me $20. You know what I'm saying? It's not this. You can't measure it the same. Because
You're
some people got
saying
a
what
lot of
I'm
time.
saying. Yeah.
So let me
So
say
to
that.
that
Hold on,
point,
hold on. Let me say this. The only reason I even brought up money is
right?
because he said I spent money in the strip club. I spent
Okay.
300 in the strip club, but you
Yeah.
brought up the church. You didn't spend that same 300 in the church. Why are
But
we
it's
saying
really
you spent the strip
important.
club?
Hold on. I mean, did God say come and bring your cash with you, or did
No,
it say
he's saying
you off?
no. He's saying because the brother mentioned money,
Because
he's
we were
using that as
talking
a
about
prerequisite. No,
He
about
mentioned where he spent money.
right.
yeah,
And yeah, of course. I mean,
we-
in the Old Testament, though, I mean, they definitely. The only reason why we do that is because we're just following the traditions of our forefathers
Bringing
in
them
the
up.
faith.
listen. Let me get this
All
out.
be about where your
My
heart
man,
is,
hold on,
not the money,
hold
bro.
on. Let
You
me
don't
hear
take
me
it.
out. Hear me out, gang. Because I'm not disagreeing with you. Where the
Respect.
money came in at is somebody said when we buy the tickets or whatever, that's like tithing in church and all of that. He didn't respond and said, well, I spent 300 at the strip club. And I said, well, nigga, you ain't spent 300 in church. So why are we bringing up this devoted and how we don't worship these women? Because you worshiping these women. You didn't match that energy with God when she was shaking ass. You didn't have that same attentiveness. You didn't.
But yeah, I think he's now asking, like, why do you need to put money in the church?
Right,
You know?
but that was the only reason money was even brought up. If you asking me
Well, no, we.
personally,
But yeah, but I think
personally, no, I don't. I agree with you. If you're devoted to the Lord, if you're devoted to the word, you get in the word and you get fed off of the word. You don't need no money.
Just to be fair, I know we're joking about Red Pill Ranger rage quit, but Red Pill Ranger, he's
Hold on,
an
he was
army
again?
vet. Wait a minute, he's an army vet and he got PTSD. So when the conversation getting a little too heated, that's what he do. He might come back, but he bows out so he don't get too
I respect that too, though.
you catch me out, brother.
Not the PTSD. No.
Think he reading scripture right now.
No,
let's
and
keep it-
he
I'm gonna
probably
keep it
wouldn't read the
solid.
scripture to come back. You know what I'm saying? You know,
You know what I'm
come
saying?
back and
Shout out
fire
to you.
y'all up.
Hey, shut
Shout
up,
out to him
DJ.
for even fighting for our Christians.
Shout out to Red Pill, man. Shout out to Red Pill.
Shout out to him.
But
Salute to
let
him
me
for
say
even
this about the
fighting for our
tithes and offering thing, because like I was saying, like it comes from a certain tradition and a certain scripture of what they was doing, and this is what they was doing from their heart. Like they were thinking from their heart that like, oh, God is giving us all these blessings. Let us do something from our heart, give something back to Him, so that we can show our appreciation. So that's, I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's like now it's probably turned into a scam But originally, like for my church, we don't care if you tithe or not. We just pull it out there, and then whoever puts it in there, it is what it is. But
For
we're not
sure.
over there saying that you must do. We're not closing the doors like
Yeah.
Marvin Sapp. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You feel
yeah.
what
Nah,
I'm saying?
I
No,
think
look,
with that, like, money just was a thing thrown out just in an example. But we also bypassed the fact that I said, hey, people know these words to these songs. They know
more
these
than they know these
albums and
scriptures.
word for word more than they know any scripture. What separates that from being a form of worship?
Bro,
You
that's
know what I'm saying?
exactly
I
what
We
we
mean,
have
but
a
then how
mean.
do we explain Jesus Walks With Me by Kanye?
in a
No,
sense
but
of
I'm
what?
I'm
saying we
just saying.
deify,
I mean, the lyrics is out there,
because
the
look at
scriptures
this,
out there, bro. Both is out
we deify
Right.
these.
And which one do they know? That's what he's
there. They
saying.
will
Look at
They're
this.
drive
both
home
out
from
there.
church
But to
and
be,
turn on Kirk Franklin, and then I mean, like, really, like, listen,
Yeah. And you can recite that Kurt Franklin verse, but you can't tell me Romans 28 word for word.
no,
You
listen to
can't.
what
to
I'm
be
saying. What I mean
generous though,
by
I
that
feel like for it
is
to be
a
your God,
scripture
or
on
for,
the way
for
to
it to be
church and then play
Wait,
the
we gotta
radio.
go one at a time. We
I,
literally talking over each other.
that's
You know what I'm saying?
And when all y'all finish, I come in. I come in with something.
all I'm saying is that they will
Smitty,
play that.
Keon, and
Yeah,
Giz.
that's it. They will do that.
Damn,
My bad, DJ.
I ain't even heard
Yeah,
what
I
you
think
said,
I
bro.
think it's just for us to be generous though, right? They have to me, right? We could say that, oh, they're doing too much, yada yada yada. They have a deep liking or love for these people, but they gotta put for us to be like, oh, they worshiping. They gotta proclaim these people are their gods. Like the difference is
I
that
don't think so, though. Wait.
I don't think so.
You gotta come out your mouth and say this person is your God. What if you do
yeah,
all
I
the
think so.
actions that you would? What if you do all the actions you would do, like if they was your God, except that you didn't say
Exactly.
that
That's
shit?
the only
Because it's not
point
like a
I've been trying
conscious
to
thing,
make.
and we're not making the point that they consciously worshiping these people, but they subconsciously doing it. It's not something that they don't. Some
Thank
people don't
you.
know that they're worshiping something. You know what I mean?
And I want to
Exactly.
say this as well. We can look up people praying to Beyonce.
Damn, that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think
level.
that's the
We
biggest
and
thing.
that
Bro
was
kept
my
trying to make a
biggest thing when I was
literal.
talking to when I was saying the Real Pale Ranger is you keep saying I don't do that, I don't do that, I don't do that. There's 90
Exactly.
billion fucking people that
And
don't.
he
You
and he
the only nigga
Yeah,
that
but
don't.
on majority
and
though,
he
I think
kept
it's
trying to make the situation very literal.
No,
And
nigga,
I
it's not.
think
It
that's what
doesn't.
we
No, you don't do that, and I respect you for not doing that. But if
I
I
don't think
put
the
you in a,
majority of
I put
Beyonce
you,
fans do that.
I
Like,
think the
bro.
majority
Hey,
of people.
bro, I talk to a lot of Beyonce
A
fans or people
lot
that
of
happen to be.
Beyonce.
Look at
Trust
this.
me,
I think the majority of their
trust me.
fans. I think the majority of their fans worship them, but I don't think it's on the because remember now there's Christians and there's religious people, then there's religious fanatics.
And I
This
don't
I
want to
don't
say
think.
this.
yeah,
And look, and a fan. What is a fan? Because there's people who listen to Beyonce, but then there's people who's a fan of Beyonce.
there's levels.
What is a fan?
it
What
goes
is a
deeper
fan
than
though?
that.
What is the difference between a fan and a fanatic, bro? What is a
I
fan?
think a fan is somebody who like, okay, Beyonce's coming to my city, I'm gonna buy a concert ticket. A fanatic is somebody who goes to every Beyonce concert that they can
A
over
fan
time.
is short for fanatic, bro.
Period.
I mean,
Fan
but
is a fanatic. You know what I'm saying? We just call them the whole
Super
word when it's more
simple.
extreme. It's the same shit.
It's the
I don't
same.
think so. I think
I can speak. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it, Giz.
All right. Say we're back in Jesus' time, and you was able on the black market to get the spear that pierced Jesus in the side, and you went over there and you got that. What would be the difference of you getting that spear, and then we go back to the future, and you was a fan, and somebody wiped the sweat off of their head on the concert and tossed it into the stands, and you was able to grab Janet Jackson's sweat,
It's like
and
the same thing.
it'd be
That
the
sound like
same
worship
fucking
to
thing.
me.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
I got
Bro,
you, gang.
people literally passing out. Michael
Bro,
Jackson had
Hold on.
people
that's a
passing
fact,
out,
bro.
male
Passing out.
and female.
Whitney Houston, after she died, had people spending $50,000 on dirty underclothes that were found in the hamper. of her crib.
So is
Niggas
it safe to say
was
that
buying Whitney Houston dirty clothes, gang?
is it safe to say your fans is like your worshippers, low key?
Yeah, because you supporting
OnlyFans
you
bitches
supporting the
sell their
business.
dirty.
Meaning, yeah,
And
on the
OnlyFans women
yes.
sell the dirty draws too, though. OnlyFans, and it's only for the
Listen.
worshippers, bro.
Party jars and everything, the whole nine
They're
yards.
selling them. We talking about somebody
them is some
who
creepy
one,
niggas that
she
worship
died,
them.
and two, he wasn't selling them. They just was in her house. They had to get rid of her stuff. Somebody else took them, put them in a plastic bag, and then put them on eBay. It wasn't like she was selling them. She wasn't like, "Hey fans, y'all want my panties?" Nah,
I
this
see
was
what you're
some
saying.
nigga that was
I see
cleaning
Wait,
out her
is
crib
the husband
and was
is
like,
a
"Oh,
husband
this
a
is Whitney
worshiper of his
Houston
wife?
shit."
In some cases,
Yes.
some husbands worship their wife.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There are some people like that. Yes,
Okay.
there are some women that worship their husbands.
Right.
So is it a bad thing then? That's what I'm
Not a
saying.
ba- It's only a bad thing in
That's
religion
not
because
what we talking about.
it's
But is it a
blasphemous
bad
in
thing to
religion.
worship your woman? That's a question you gotta
Yeah,
ask.
because
You.
I
Is
think
it a bad thing to worship
because
your
what I'm
woman?
seeing here, right, is that we're saying that it's bad for people to have fanatic like tendencies for Beyonce, but we're also saying that they should put that energy into being a Christian or into being like we're saying like I think that's kind of hypocritical. That's just
No,
you
we
liking one thing
No,
over the other.
what we saying
No
is
one
keeping it
ever
real with
did
what you
that.
doing and the time
We
that you
just gave
spend. Keeping it real.
Yeah, we were comparing his view because he said, "Oh, because I'm a Christian."
We were basically giving
That was
examples of
it.
worship. We didn't even state if it was good or bad or
Because
even get to that part
he
of
didn't
the.
want to get off the word deity because it meant a god, and he said they don't pray to these people, but they do.
That's it.
That's what started
Joseph
this.
for more highlight that.
That was the
Hey,
whole
can
conversation.
I
The
say
word
one
deity.
is very important here. Like, all right, so even myself included, right? What I'm peeping is a classic syndrome of niggas just don't have the same definition of words anymore. So the fact is that a lot of this is simply because, either whether we're taking the word too far, too strenuous, whatever it may be. The fact is that this is just a classic example of it. We just don't know how to words have a definition. Once upon a time, they just meant what it was. A tree is a tree. Nowadays, it could be anything from like a tree. No, that's just a lilac bush. The fact is
Everything
that
gotta have a label.
that part first, bro. Everything, because think about a fanatic. Like DJ, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a great little spot right there because it highlighted, like, no, he said, what is the difference? And everybody started trying to give some different thing. He said, nope, it's the same thing.
Dude, yeah.
We keep
I disagree.
words.
It's
That's the
literally
main
the,
thing, not
it's literally
even the
the
main
prefix
point.
of the word.
But not words don't only have definition, they insinuate things. If I call somebody a fan, that's way less negative insinuation than calling them a fanatic. That's why
But you know
I
what,
think
though? But you know what,
It's
though? That's how we. But
abbreviation
look
though.
at this.
That's
That's how
in
we
your
do.
I mean,
perception.
yeah, it's an
Oh my god.
abbreviation, but I'm
By
saying
definition.
Get out of
colloquially,
here.
like how we use the
Get
word
out of
colloquially,
here,
like
man.
in
Shit,
the
I'm
world
saying.
is mad. Right? That's all I'm saying.
Damn, how your mic does that? When I do that shit, your mic do not mute. But check this out. It's like when your mom call you your first name, your middle name, and your last name. That is when it's most serious.
Yep.
So we're
Yeah.
gonna call shit
Yeah.
fan casually,
Facts.
but when you wilding, we like, damn, this nigga's a fanatic. We just calling the whole word out because it's like it's that deep that we gotta call the whole word out. But I
Yeah.
think
But it's still your name. She's still only calling your name though.
right.
So you can be a fan, you still a fanatic.
All right, so is there a difference between what's up, my nigga, or what's up, my nigga?
No.
It depends though. It depends because what's up, my nig? You could tell somebody what's up, my nig only sound like it could be said in a positive way. Like, what's up, my nig? That's your dude. But if you say what's up, man, that's like, nigga, why you cut me off in the line? Like, you know what I'm saying? That could be because it's that serious that you gotta say the whole shit out this time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
You talking about the other meanings of like the expresses the dynamics to the
Or the
word,
inflection.
but
Exactly. Yeah, like how we
Let me let
use the
somebody.
word, right? Is like how we use the word usually. Like if I call you a fanatic, you would probably feel a little bit more like I'm trying to attack you versus if I just call you, oh, you just a fan of this person. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of like it's the same word. It's just you're gonna. It's like we do it all the time, bro. We use the same words, but it's how we present the word. You know what I'm saying? We present the word based on, because remember, the words is just the tool to convey the communication. You know what I'm saying? If I said a glass is a glass, yeah, but if I ain't even had the word, it would still be the glass. So the word is just the tool or the vehicle to communicate the message and shit. And shout out to Nexus in the motherfucking house. Appreciate you for joining us. And let me just shout out to these two supporters, right? Shout out to the Red Pill Ranger for being a good sport, sending us the super sticker after he rage quitted. Appreciate you, the Red Pill Ranger, for the $4.99. Appreciate you, bro.
Money counting team. Money counting team. Money counting team. Money counting team.
Where's my money? It's right here.
And we also have Romello. He said the idol worshiping in Abrahamic religion shows that one perceives them having supernatural powers. You see, and that's what I'm saying. If we keep the idol worshiping limited to the confines of religion, it's gonna only be about supernatural shit. But look at this: what is natural and what is supernatural? Is natural for people to sing? But if somebody could really sing, that is natural and it's super. That's like we could play semantics all day. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you wrong. I ain't gonna let that one go.
What is supernatural? So the bandit Romello for the motherfucking $5 holler. Appreciate you, bro.
Money counting team. Money counting team. Money counting team. Money counting team.
Put your money in your shoes. I mean, I walk to the money. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Money on my watch. I mean, time is money. Money on my phone. I mean, I talk to the money. Money on my chain. I mean, the money hang with me.
Nah, bro, you actually said some shit though. Like, we taking it jokingly, but technically, there are people with abilities that supersede natural, like, you know what I'm saying, natural abilities.
Like Olympic. Come on, Free the Green. What
the fuck are we talking about?
Free the Green, bro.
Supernatural. Listen, you got natural and you got supernatural. Natural is real. Everything that happened in the real world, supernatural is made up. That's
so why they didn't call it unreal? Why they didn't call it unreal? Why they call it supernatural?
It's still pseudo. It's something people made up.
Is your imagination supernatural?
No, it's not. It's natural. It comes from a natural being, me.
Let me
supernatural is saying somebody can fly, bro. That's supernatural. That's pseudo.
Man, I really thought you were gonna say
you can't prove.
You
can only believe in supernatural shit.
Supernatural ain't always some shit you can't prove. Sometimes it's some shit you can't explain.
You ain't got no proof to it, so
but
it's pseudo. You make up some shit for it.
Why can a nigga get shot in the leg and die, but a nigga can get shot in the head and not die?
Look at this, bro.
Natural.
Bro, wait a minute, bro. If a nigga do some extreme shit, we gonna say the news gonna say he had superhumans, they're gonna say something super, bro. Because I think it's natural. I think we spookify shit because of religion, bro. Religion did a number on us.
We do, man.
We turn everything to the sci-fi channel.
Nah, bro. We just spookify because we spooky.
When you use supernatural, you at the sci-fi channel. When you use natural, you at National Geographic channel. That's the difference. That's the difference.
So look,
let's let Nexus get in because he just came through and the brother too much wanted to get it in. And also Red Pill Ranger said he never rage quit. Red Pill Ranger, we just explained to them. I'm just joking on you about the rage quit. You still rage quit on
he showed back up and paid his tithes.
Go ahead, Nexus.
Yeah, so the premise y'all speaking on is dealing with celebrities. I want to make sure I'm coming at with the right premise.
We saying people idol worship, and celebrities is the idols that people worship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people saying that it gotta be, in order to worship, it gotta have a deity in there. You know what I'm saying? And we saying that we saying people deifying the celebrities. You know what I mean?
DJ, do you see that B Love comment?
Yeah, hold on, bro. Hold on for a minute. So DJ, when you had used the two words fan and fanatic, you had it correct because the root is called a root word. The root word of fanatic is fan. That's what it's called. So they actually mean the same thing. Once you add other words, other letters and syllables, it expands the meaning of the first word. It does not change it. It expands it. It further elaborates it. Are
you saying that? Wait, I've got to ask you so we could all engage in the conversation. Do you think you're saying fan and fanatic is not the same thing? Just to be clear.
No, I said they are the same.
Okay.
They are the same. I just said you was correct. I don't know. Maybe my thing coming in and out. You can't hear me.
No, I could hear you. I'm just trying to be clear for those that are listening. Also.
Yeah.
Right,
no,
right.
I said you was correct. It's just like saying what's another root word? Excellence. The root word of excellent is excel. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You have the root word, and then it further elaborates what the root word is. Basic English 101.
Okay, but let me throw this at you, right?
Hold up, bro. Y'all gonna have all day.
Bro, listen. Let me just say something, right? We all trying to share the microphone, so I want us to have a conversation. I get it. Sometimes some people want to have the floor and stuff, but that is like, I don't like the conversation like that, because sometimes we spend too long and we veer off from the point.
I didn't even have 30 seconds before you cut me off, bro.
But we all just chiming in. We're not doing it on purpose. That's just how we're gonna naturally have conversation. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it personal.
No, I'm not taking it personal. If y'all seeking to understand, you have to let me finish so you can hear what I'm saying. You can't say I don't understand what you're saying.
All right, go ahead, bro.
As far as the idol thing, an idol does not need deification. Anything of divinity. The dollar sign, what you just showed, that was a great example when you was just giving credence to the person giving you money. When he was like, money do this, money do that. He had money all over. He completely shows that the money is an idol. That's what he worships. It controls his whole entire lifestyle. On the back of the dollar, it says, "In God we trust." The dollar bill itself, the monetary value is an idol in this world. Anything can be an idol. Television, celebrities, anything that you pray, anything that you look at and give, high meaning to, will become an idol. Anything that controls your whole entire lifestyle, anything that has supreme value, your woman, your husband, anything, your mother, anything that you consider that's the reason why you're living, that's your idol. That's why the number one commandment is give God your heart, your mind, your soul, and your body, everything.
Okay, TNT, let me go ahead.
That's all I wanted to say, Jim. You have a good.
Yeah, appreciate it. I just want to point out, right? I just looked up the difference between a fan and a fanatic, and they say the only difference is the intensity.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I get.
And my bad, y'all. Sometimes when we chopping it up, we can't just let a person, because look, and show so the Nexus, but we just give Nexus the floor, and he said what he said and dip. Like, I don't like what the fuck type, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really jack that shit, because we having a conversation. Nobody's opinion is more important than the other person. I could say my shit is more important because I pay for my StreamYard. I could be like that. Giz could say his shit is important because he got admin to my StreamYard. But we gotta let everybody chime in the conversation, because sometimes somebody might not understand the first sentence and you gone on to sentence number 6 and know, like, what the fuck, how we gonna respond to that shit? You know what I mean? But appreciate you for coming through. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask TNT. Well, first I was gonna ask him. I wish he was here, but like I think, like you said, there's an intensity like with fanatic versus fan. It's like just
Right.
like it's an intensity. Like let's say nicknames by this. By let's say your name is Andrew and your nickname is Drew. If people around the family around your house is just calling you Drew, then it's like, okay, you know, you're cool. It's probably just nothing important. But as soon as they say Andrew, now it's like, okay, now it's important, or now it's something.
Right.
Bro, it's just like he said. When your mama call your whole name, we know what time she
It
on.
intensifies. Yep, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's still your name. She ain't call you nobody else's name. She didn't say, hey, little nigga across the street. She didn't call his name. She said your full government name.
Exactly.
That's the same as, oh, you a fan.
Exactly.
No, you a fanatic. It's the same word. Like,
Nah. Nah, because it's the situation you use the words in. For instance, bro, you're not going to go to a Playboy Cardi concert and he'd be like, "Shout out to all my fanatics." Like, nah, you're not gonna do that. I'm gonna look at him strange. Like, I might leave. Like,
but do we
like
look
because
at?
I don't feel that way.
But it's a nigga in the front row with a fishnet tank top and a thong up his ass.
That's a fact.
Ready for Cardi to just spit on him. He ain't even gotta just spit on me, Cardi. He gonna fall out.
But see, y'all, okay,
fanatic.
but you arguing,
He's a
you
fanatic
arguing
in a sea of fans. That's
You
all I'm
arguing
saying.
the epitome though, right? Like you arguing that I'm not arguing that there are fanatics. There are people that are fanatics.
That's all I'm
But
saying.
to
And
me, you can't sit up. Hold on. To me, you can't sit up here and say just because I know a person's song, that means that I'm a fanatic. That means like so you don't have a favorite song. You don't have a
Nah,
song that you
I don't
don't know
think
by
that's
word
what
for
he.
word.
I don't think that's what he's saying, bro.
Nah,
That's
and
because
I'm
you
He
know
said that.
because
No,
the intensity is how you know. Like, go
I
ahead.
agree with you. My bad, not to cut you off. I agree with you. I don't think because you know, because I know albums front to back. I study music.
Yeah.
I can say, hey,
But if you buy all
I'm
the
a
merch,
fan.
look at this too much. If you buy all the merch, you go to all the shows. Somebody go in your crib and on your wall is just Beyonce from head. You a fanatic,
Bro, you're a
Yeah,
fanatic.
that's a fanatic. That's
You
a
know what I'm
fanatic.
saying? I
That's
could
a
be a
fact.
fan. At the end of the day, I know the word is fanatic. I could be a fan. I'm cool enough to be a fan. I ain't gotta be the whole word. That's like calling me by my nickname. If me and you out in public and you know my full name, my brother's in here somewhere. My brother's in here. We've been in situations out in public where he had to call my full name to get me to, hey, chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
He didn't call me by my stage name. He didn't call me, hey, chef, hey, you did. No, he called my name and I looked and it was my brother. It wasn't old man Logan. It wasn't that. It was my, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the same thing. Like, yeah, I'm a fanatic. Technically, yeah. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can respect you being a fan. It's cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, that's like telling me I'm black. I'm an African American if we want to elongate the fact that you know what I'm saying? I'm black.
Yeah. So let's say
I'm African American, but I'm black. It's just shorter. You know what I'm saying? Same fan and fanatic. It's the same thing.
Some people it'll chop your head off for saying that, but
there's people that'll chop your head off for calling them a fanatic too.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So I can respect a fan. From a fan to a fan, I can respect the fan.
Yeah, that's
I just respect the fact that I know at the end of the day, if you want to be technical, I'm a fanatic because I am a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think that's like white people definitions. You know what I mean? Like white folks definitions, they always get a little bit too specific with shit. Like, oh, if you get two concert tickets and a T-shirt, then you're like, nah, brother. Like, we know the difference.
Okay, so a little different perspective because I feel like that about us. I feel like that about black people.
What you mean?
I feel like that about supporting black people too. Like, if you like I hear this a lot, and maybe it's because I'm from New York, it'd be like that. But if you like a motherfucker too much, you dick riding. No, I'm not. He's that nice. I'm not dick riding.
That's a fact.
So you
You know
dick
what I'm saying?
ride, pause. So you riding if it not that nice, if the props ain't deserving type shit.
See,
Like
it's that could be for somebody else because I don't feel like that. Just because I don't like this particular person, the person that is a fan and telling me, "Hey, man, he the shit, he the shit, he the shit." I'm not gonna call you a dick rider. Like I just don't fuck with him. You feel me?
So
I think it
with
could
people
be,
that go ahead.
I think it could be perceived as, you know what I'm
It
saying?
could be.
That-
It would be. I ain't even gonna say it could be. It would be if us as black people, and I don't know what that is, and maybe that's just me seeing that shit like that.
Yeah.
With us as black men, and bro, if we like a motherfucker too much, if you give a motherfucker too many compliments, you're a dick ride. And I've literally heard a nigga give somebody compliment after compliment after compliment, and the nigga told him, "Hey man, you gonna get pregnant like that, man? What the fuck?"
Cause it give.
That's
It's
crazy.
a
to
compliment,
see. That's
gang.
crazy.
Like it's a like
And
what the fuck? It's a
And
compliment.
so to Red Pill, he said, we're redefining words again. A fan and a fanatic is not the same because you can be a fan and not a fanatic. That's what we're saying. But look, it could be the same thing and it could not at the same time. Because look, a fan is not always a fanatic, but a fanatic is definitely a fan, is an extreme fan. You know what I'm saying? That's why you use the word in its extreme form. We use the whole word and shit.
And like my
fans still
man
come from
said,
fanatic.
root words.
Right.
These is root words. Yeah, there is a difference, but they're the same word because that's words in the other word.
That's true.
All right, I'm back on topic 2, right? Y'all think y'all think dating outside your race boosted up your status or it diminishes your status? What y'all think?
Depends on who you're talking to.
Mm.
Depends on who you're talking to. Because me personally, I don't give a damn. I just look at you like for what you've accomplished. But you know,
I'm talking about as far as society, just so we could come
Okay.
out of our anecdotal within society, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If a black man has a white woman, does that increase his status within society or does that decrease his status?
I think it increases. Only because, right, it shows your ability to be diverse. I think that's an admirable trait for you to be able to swing not only black women, but Latina women, white women. Like you have that gift of gab to be able to get whatever you want. Like, you know what I mean? That's how I kind of look at it. Like you kind of on that, you on that status of I can get whatever I want, basically.
So all
I'm
right, let me ask.
culturally, I can be anywhere.
I can be anywhere and do basically.
I feel that.
Let me ask y'all this. So and let me get everybody in the panel. My fault. So what y'all think on the panel before we ask the next one?
I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's I don't know. Cause me personally, I like seeing I don't want to say that like that because it doesn't matter if they're black or white. I like seeing you start with when you start off whoever you with, when they get to that point of like we're having this discussion of you being whatever the top of that is that you were. I like to see you with the same people. I don't really care if you black or white. I like, did that work all the way through?
Let's answer as far as society, right? Within society, you think a black man with a white woman is perceived to be higher in status by majority of people that you know?
In sports,
No, not about the majority of people I know.
I feel like that only applies in sports.
I think if an Asian person marry a white person, then to the Asian person, they get ranked up in society, especially from their culture. But like black and white, neither one of them get any.
I can see why you said that, man. I can see.
What
why
about
you said
Asian and black?
No, I think that lowers it. Yeah, I think that lowers
Are you telling me that black people lower your stock?
In most cases,
in
I think that,
society in the world, that's how they feel.
Yeah. What about a white man dating an Asian woman though?
Yeah, that happens all the time. They
Does that
fetishize
make
it.
it look bigger?
What's the word?
Does that
fetishize?
fetishize?
Yeah,
Fetishize.
they do.
Does that boost his his status or lower his status?
I look at Chinese people as white people to me. I ain't gonna lie
It
to you.
depends
That's
on
kind
the
of how I
woman,
look
though.
at it.
It depends on the woman. If you got some eye candy in this motherfucker and you in a corporate office, it could go either way. If this particular woman, though, is eye candy and can be beneficial in that same room, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a fact.
She might be way more valuable.
Yeah, because I ain't
You
gonna
see
look
what I'm
at you
saying?
as like
I'm
a
with you,
dude.
Green,
I'm with
because
Freeze on
that's
there. I'm like, it's
I
like
don't
that is.
know.
It's like.
You feel
Yeah,
me?
Yeah, because it
I
really,
think
yeah,
that's a
at the
case
end of
by
the day,
case. I think that's case by case because, like,
I do.
in some circles, they might be like, "Oh, he got him a little exotic," you know what I'm saying? Thing
exactly.
going on. He's international and shit. But I don't
For the white dude, I don't think it changes for him.
I don't think it
For the-
changes that much.
But for the
No,
Asian
no, no.
lady,
It
yes,
changes.
she gonna get in the
Yes.
place that she probably couldn't
She
normally get into.
couldn't. Would nobody even talk to her? They think she worked there or some shit. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think about a white woman dating a black man. Does that boost her up or does that
Only.
To her people, it definitely goes down.
That's not true. That's not true.
That goes down,
It goes down unless he plays sports.
Nah, I still think they're gonna be looking
I
at her
don't
as,
know, bro. I still think he'll go down because, like, certain types of white dudes might not. You know what I mean? They might say like, once you go black, you can't come back. You know. What I mean?
Let me let you know how you know it goes down. How
Put
they
me on.
family treat their offspring.
But see, again, we don't know because Kanye kids ain't being treated bad.
You know what? Let's
And
ask
they-
a white
and let's
woman.
and let's hold on. Let's break that down. That whole white family, all of their kids is black. All of Kris Jenner kids, all of Kris Jenner's grandkids are black.
How about we let
Except
a white
for like
woman?
2 or 3.
Let's let a white
take that
woman
money
break
away.
it down. What you say, Free?
Take that money away.
Let's let a white woman tell us about the status going up and down dating a black man, right?
Get attention from black guys.
Yes.
In my experience and all the other white girls that I know, we don't think that getting attention from black guys gives you a status of some sort. If you get
Whoa. She said dating a black guy, she's saying it don't boost your status, bro. She already started off strong, right? Let me hear what she got to say.
that I know, we don't think that getting attention from black guys gives you a status of some sort. If you get attention from the white guys,
No, I have
you do have the status more than if you get attention from black guys.
As a man, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with that.
Well, as a woman who gets attention
Yes.
and who grew up in a white culture more than a black culture,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that getting attention from black guys is not a badge of honor if you're white.
Okay.
And I'm white.
You are white.
Yes.
All right.
Now, the two of them date each other. You know what I'm saying? I just want to point it out. The two of them date each other.
But that's the thing on the opposite side though. I don't think that a black man, or not a black man, but I don't think a black man, and like on our side, right, having a white woman, I don't think that's a badge of honor. Like, is that a badge of honor?
You know who mostly think there's a badge of honor? Most dudes that date white girls, a lot of them think there's a badge of honor. But
Yeah,
to regular people, that's not.
But
That's
again, I feel like that's them fetishizing these particular women.
Yeah, they definitely got weird vibes, honestly.
Now, welcome back, Red Pill. Welcome back, Red Pill Ranger.
Uh-oh.
In the motherfucking building. He came with vengeance. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Exactly like his graphic. That's crazy.
I just come to help y'all brothers out. That she's saying though, the only positive thing that she's saying when she said that is, if white bitches know that if they with a black man, they not getting no kind of more respect or anything like that. I mean,
I don't think
that bitch fuck with you, there. She goes.
You know what?
If she
Dr.
not getting
Umar-
no status for fucking with you, you know what
And
I'm
like
saying?
you said, they a couple. She
But
with
please
him
remember
right now,
this.
telling him, I don't gain
And,
nothing from being with you. I'm
And
just
look at
with
this. I want you to remember this before this next video. I'm about to let her finish though, but Free the Green, please remember that point right there, because Dr. Umar gonna let you know why so many white women choose to date black dudes and shit, right? From his perspective, right?
black guys is not a badge of honor if you're white.
Okay.
And I'm white.
You are white.
Yes.
All right. No,
If a white girl gets attention from a white guy, that's more valuable in white culture than if she gets attention from a black guy. If she gets attention from a black guy, that doesn't make you a better anything. Like, that doesn't raise you in anybody's eyes. As a matter of fact,
in some people's eyes, it does.
As a matter of fact, it's a little bit of she's basically not good enough for the white, so she's good for the black guys. That's how it's looked at.
I can see that.
Yo.
I got it. And then boy played out a clip with we're gonna get the free point with the other clip, but y'all got it. Let me take this one out of the studio, man.
Yeah, I think that's on the same side though. That's what I'm saying. I think that's just a cultural thing. Like, for instance, females look down upon black dudes that go out with white girls. Just like how I don't know if black dudes look down upon white girls or black girls that go out with white boys. I mean, I ain't fond of it, but I think that's just a cultural thing. Like, I think people would rather see other people be with their kind. Like, that's just kind of a
And when he get on, he leave your ass for a white girl.
Damn. And that's a fact, Bandit Romello. He was in his feelings. He didn't want to believe what his girl was saying. He's like, damn, I thought I was the prize.
But
look at this.
If he's really paying attention, like Frida Green said, she don't gain nothing from being with you, man. But she's with you.
Oh man, they said linking yourself to black men is linking yourself to poverty. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Sugar Bump, get out of here, man. Get out of here, man.
Get out of here.
Get
out of here, man. Shit.
Come on, Sugar Bump. That's fucked up.
She said all she see is single motherhood and EBTs, man. Goddamn. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's disrespectful. Why y'all think a lot of white women, because since it's no status thing, since it don't up your status, it don't up your stock, right? And I want Frida Green to go first. Why do you think? Why do you think they stick? Because you saying it means that she fuck with him. You think that's the reason?
I think black guys are more in tune with a relationship than white guys do. Because white guys treat white bitches like they ain't shit. And by it being the opposite, a black guy got a white girl, he thinking he doing something. He treating that bitch like she a princess. So, the treatment that they get from a black dude is different than they would a white guy. Because that's what I hear them saying. Like, we listen to them. Like, they even when we having sex with them, we take time. We don't just rush it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they like that more. And I guess we get more into their head, into their feelings, where they don't give a fuck about that status shit. Because what she said is some real shit. Like, we fuck with niggas for doing it, but we really ain't got no power to do nothing about it. She leaving with the power at, man, to the point where she a nigga lover. Like, it's almost over with. So think about it, dog. They reject their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, auntie may not want to take the kids because she go in certain places. She know how she gonna get looked with some biracial kids. So, like, it's a fucked up position to be in.
What say the rest of the panel? Why y'all think if it don't boost their status, why do y'all think some white women will prefer to date black guys?
Because of what they heard. Because they made a hit. Because of that potato head. That's why. That's exactly why.
I would like to say it briefly because I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'm gonna calm down. I'm still right here. But no, the fact is that from genetics, as far as like that mixture all the way down to like, yes, our skin tone, everything, bro. They love that shit. It's just a fact, bro. We are definitely a prize piece when it comes to now bringing them home to the family. That's a whole nother story.
I
But
think
as far
I
as like,
think when
hey,
it
going over
comes,
to the room real quick. Oh yeah, bro, they try and get it in. Oh yeah, they try and get it in.
I think we
The
lead
world wants to
in
taste of
our
this earth. You
natural
know that.
personalities. You know what I'm saying? Versus a lot of white men personalities seem to come off primitive, very cavemanish. We're understanding. We're, you know what I'm saying?
Affectionate.
We're protectors. We're affectionate. We're wordsmiths. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that shit is real. We bring real shit.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That shit. That's why like a lot of
I'm about to
in a
rain in
lot
on
of
y'all
those
parade.
relationships, they be
I'm
real fans to us.
I'm about to rain. I'm about to let y'all cook, and then I'm about to rain in on y'all parade with this video. I ain't even gonna
Hold
lie.
up. But hey, DJ,
I
let me
want
ask
to.
you this, right? So on the other hand, right, on the opposite of your question, why you
Mm.
think that black men or the black men that like to do this date white women?
I do think they look at white women as better, and a lot of times, sometimes it might not be the case. Some niggas probably
Hey,
just go up around there. Some people
hey,
probably they love who they love, but I do think some black guys see dating white
hey.
as something above, like they up in their status in life
Now,
type shit. I do see that. You know what I mean?
now to give another perspective, I'm what I was speaking on is more towards like real natural desire. Now on the
Mm.
other end, you do have the infiltration points where some really have been instructed to decrease the bloodline, to infiltrate and decrease the black bloodline. It's some heinous shit, and it sound crazy, but that's a real
Sound
thing as well.
crazy.
Crazy as hell, brother. It would take millions of years for the black race to just go extinct, bro. Like
Yeah,
that's not gonna
I
happen.
think black people actually
A-
dilute other
a-
people's bloodline. I think it's the other
No,
way
no,
around.
no. Listen, absolutely. I ain't even talking about just, not even just in the sense of black. I'm talking about from everything from the unity of, you know what I'm saying, of black and all kind of shit. Like they've literally been put in place in certain instances to infiltrate, just whether it just be the culture, the strong point, or however you want to dilute it. I ain't talking about like erasing black. You know, you can't fucking do that.
Okay,
Mm.
all right, just making sure.
Let
Yeah,
me bring it in.
Nah,
COINTELPRO is
I
definitely
don't know
live.
how that was perceived
Let
that
me
way,
let
but
me
no.
let me bring in on y'all parade right quick. Anybody else before we pull up the clip? We good? I think
Yeah,
we
go
got
ahead, Joe.
everybody.
I got one. Hold on. What about the black guys? Because I've been hearing this a lot that just don't like dealing with black women because of the what they would say the attitude, the
'Cause they don't like their
Exactly.
obnoxiousness.
mama. They don't. Your mama black. You don't like your mama.
Yo,
I think what you is, some niggas is just lazy.
No, I
Yeah,
think
they
some
don't want to
niggas
better
don't like
themselves.
their moms and their sisters growing up, and they don't want to date that shit. I heard that shit before, bro.
Yeah,
I ain't even gonna
I've,
lie.
That's
I've
a
heard that
part
and
of
I,
it
before
too.
too.
I
There's no
think,
one answer, just to put it out there. Just
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I
So
think it's because most of them is lame as hell, and they don't want to unlame themselves so they can be attracted by the black women. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It,
That's what I think.
I ain't gonna lie though.
that's
Like,
one of
it
that's
do
that's a
requires
standpoint as well.
a level. It do requires a level of unlameness though to fuck with the
oh,
average
it
black woman.
definitely does.
I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm
It
saying?
That's what
definitely.
I'm saying. I feel like because black women has gone through so much, they have a higher standard than white women. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Like
Mm.
a lot of black women expect you to have your shit together before they get into relationships with. And I think it's just because we done been through so much throughout our life. Like a lot of black women haven't experienced the going on
See,
vacations and shit, so they expect that. That's what they want. It's just that
see,
simple.
Wait.
but because we
So
have
you saying
yeah.
black? Let me ask y'all this. Y'all saying black women's standards are higher than other races?
I think so. I
I
think
think
so for
so.
sure. I think
For
so for
black
sure.
men or for men in
I
general?
think that boil
I
down
think
to,
men in
For
because
general.
men in
again, we
general, personally.
we
Okay,
speak a
okay.
lot about racial situations that really be tying down to classism.
Mm.
Nah, well, to a certain extent, because we do have to recognize that there was a 400-year gap between whites and blacks because of slavery. So, like, I think
Mm-hmm.
that having that being said, there's a lot of lost generational wealth. There's a lot of lost things within our past that we could have had by now that black women are not experiencing and black men are not experiencing. So our standards of living is a little. We want more than the average white man, in my opinion.
I don't disagree with that.
I never thought about that until now. I'm
That makes
actually playing it back in
sense.
my brain. Like, damn, black women's standards are higher. But I ain't gonna hold you. When I mess with chicks outside of my race, I didn't even have to have nothing but some dick. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying?
So this is my question, because I seen Sugar Bum in the comments. There's nothing wrong with wanting a man to be stable. I think the problem for a lot of people today is we running into, or I ain't gonna say we, niggas is running into women with these standards that don't meet their own standards. You don't have shit.
And bro, you know
This
what?
man
Even further,
I know
even further,
women
some
that
of
are
them never
dating
dated. Some of them never dated a nigga that's that standard that they even talking about. Bro.
Ever.
in life.
Don't
Their
even have
daddy
a
was
father that presents that.
Bro,
never. Your daddy wasn't even there.
Your daddy was broke.
Come on, like.
But that's a
So that's
societal problem, right? I
like,
do think that women are always looked at as like they're not given the same expectations as a man when it comes to like being on your own. And black women a little bit different because of like the single motherhood crisis and stuff like that. But like usually
yeah.
on average, like let's say a kid, right? You'll probably see a son get say, okay, you need to be out by 18 before you see your daughter saying, okay, you need to be out by 18. Like, you know what I mean? It's a different standard.
Absolutely. I got an unpopular opinion. I got an unpopular opinion, right? So I do. I'm not saying this is every situation or every person, but I do see where black women are raised how to be treated and what they deserve. You're groomed to know those things. You're not. No one's teaching these women how to treat the person that's supposed to treat them like that. So let's just say they're groomed to be treated by a man, what a man is supposed to do for them and provide for them and all this other stuff, but they don't get taught the reciprocation of that.
And you know what? In reverse, we're taught how to treat them, but we're not even taught what to expect. Facts.
They don't teach us how to. This is what's supposed to happen. She's supposed to do this when you feel like this, and I don't mean she's supposed to be in the kitchen cooking and cleaning. I mean for your mental health, for your emotional well-being. This woman is supposed to be someone you confide in, but because we go outside and it's us against the world, right? So if you're at home, you're not the world. You are my world. You get what I'm saying? We're fighting the fight. That's why niggas go when they come home from work, they sit in the car for 30 minutes. It's two you doing that for. You either are preparing to leave the bullshit of the day in the car and go into your happy space, or you're armoring up for whatever the fuck is behind this door.
Yeah,
we don't get taught what we're supposed to expect and how we're supposed to deal with any of that. Because a woman to tell a woman, girl, you don't need that. You don't got to deal with that. He want to do that. The next man will, right? We done heard that from our mama and all that shit. I done heard it. You feel me? My sisters, my cousins, they're taught how to be treated, what to expect from a man, and what a man is supposed to do. And if he don't do that, you don't have a man.
Not a nigga will, right?
Wait. So y'all wasn't taught that same thing with a woman, like when your mom or dad talk to you, like if she ain't doing X, Y, Z, leave her the fuck alone.
I wasn't taught that, and I just heard it in passing. It's not like I was really like. And you know what, bro? I learned more. I learned what I should look for and deserve from dating, bro. Like dead ass.
That's it. Trial and error. I figured out. Oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna go over here. I don't like this either. But if she do this like she did this, we gotta find it. We gotta. That's why That's why it'd be so hard when a nigga fall in love, because we found something that we couldn't find just out there in the world. Right. If we fuck this up, then we're fucked up about it.
Can I address this race thing before we move on too far?
Yeah, before, because I want to pull up the Umar video. You got it, Red.
So yeah, it's not about dating another race that's gonna raise your value. It's about the quality of the person. Because if a black woman get with a white dude that's just a part-time Taco Bell employee, it's not gonna raise his stuff because her status.
I don't know, bro. Some people family, bro. Some people family big that, bro. Come on, bro. Some people family will look at that shit as like a level up.
Well, you know, I'm gonna have to do the hem. Some yes, but the majority of the time, trash is trash. You feel me? We talk about race a lot, but the real color that matter is greed, social economic class. Because if you got money and status and things of that nature, the person you get with, you're gonna raise their societal status, regardless of the color of your skin. So if you marry, like I said, a part-time Taco Bell employee, it's never gonna do. But you marry an NBA player, he could be black, he's gonna raise your shit.
Wait a minute. Let me ask him. Wait a minute. You got it after too much. Let me ask him this. So if she did a Taco Bell employee that is black.